Solo.
All right, let's go.
Huh?
Let's go.
No, I sang last week, man. I don't want people.
Why you keep bringing up old shit though?
Cause old shit. I live in the past.
Oh, okay.
What am I do? Bring up new shit? New shit sucks.
Sing one of Jacquees songs.
I don't know.
Jacquees songs?
No, I do know a Jacquees song. I don't know the name of it, but I know a Jacquees song if I heard it.
What he sing?
He sang something about a bed.
No, that's Jay Holiday. It was kind of funny that you brought that up because
right.
the disrespect was real for young Jay Holiday.
She told me about that song. I didn't hear about it.
Well, what happened was
maybe that's what he mad about.
What?
Jacquees do got a song called Bed. That's what he mad about.
Is it?
This is Jacquees song.
Oh, that show is MIB. That's the he's not new shit. Damn.
He is the king.
And so that's how I got disrespect. So he got disrespected twice, huh?
And a lot of people don't even know who you are, though.
Well, you don't know who he is. A lot of people know who he is.
But he ain't the king.
How is he the
king of R&B is Chaos. I'm sorry.
It is. I mean, I don't care how many little girls he didn't fuck.
Right. He's still, and I'm still listening to his music. So.
I don't care how many little girls he fucked.
It doesn't change his his legacy. It doesn't change what he's put out there. So because he been fucking little girls, his music isn't good anymore to you?
I think that it's hard.
No, that's a yes or no.
No, it's not a yes or no. Nothing in life is a yes or no.
It is a yes or no. His music is no longer good to you because you found out he was fucking little girls.
Yes.
But did you like it prior to that?
Yes.
Then what changed with the music?
The guy that made it was fucking little girls.
What changed with the music?
The guy that made it was fucking little girls.
What changed with the music though?
Last time I listened to R. Kelly, last time I put on R. Kelly it's been a while. It's been months, maybe even a year.
You cannot like R. Kelly the person.
I kind of the concession
albums
I made
1, 2, and 3.
The concession
Don't
I
go
made.
off the double album.
No, look. The concession I made is that I'm not going to listen to any R. Kelly unless it's something off 12 play.
Alright, the double album. You gonna let the double album go?
But that's what makes him the king, though. You still gonna listen to 12 play.
And it's hard,
that's
man.
Classic.
It's hard. Like in me,
let's
be clear. I'm not trying to take anything away from that man. R. Kelly is an amazing artist,
amazing pedophile.
But I can't turn a blind eye to the bullshit no more. And especially being from Chicago, I've been privy to things. I've seen this man at Rock and Roll McDonald's. I've seen him shooting and shot a little. You know, so I kind of seen,
Okay, but what I'm saying,
he just need help. That's all. He's sick and he needs help.
And that's fine. But I guess my thing is that if I continue to support him in the way I was, am I contributing to him not getting help? Because until he sees something wrong, most people don't get help until they see something wrong.
He probably knows it's wrong, but he knows it's wrong. He just keep doing it.
How does that still not make him the king for what he's done, what he's put out?
I mean, I think you have to take the totality of what he's done, though.
You don't have to support the person. You don't have to support him as a person. You don't even have to purchase his music. But what you do have to do is acknowledge that he put out some slamming shit, and nobody has topped what he has put out.
Slamming.
And nobody has
That's just cool that you don't know who Jacquees is. If you say slamming,
nobody has because I don't listen to much radio or anything, and I don't know who's out now. But I haven't heard anybody's taking the title. I mean, Michael Jackson and Prince were like the end all be all. And then he comes.
I'm gonna skip over R&B.
I was say he popped though.
He's pop. He's the king of pop.
I'm cool with calling him king of R&B.
He's the king of pop.
I mean, he molested kids, and I still listen to this shit.
That ain't necessarily. I don't believe that.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't believe it either because I can't.
And first of all, what parent in a right man will let
parent trying to get paid?
Okay.
But don't sit up there and say that
she basically sold her child.
Right. I don't give a damn who it is. I'm not letting my child spend the night over Michael Jackson's house. I don't know you.
If you say you want to die,
we all going, damn it.
If you say you want to die,
right?
If you say you want to die, even if I make the best cake in the world, you can't blame me for eating it. You can say you can take them kids. You can take them kids to MJ house.
I gotta think about that.
He ain't got to fuck on them.
Why is you taking your kids there anyway?
Guess what's gonna happen? I'm either gonna tell the motherfucker take your damn kids, or they're gonna spend a night.
But why would you take your kid to somebody's house you don't even know?
They're gonna leave with that
Just because he's a celebrity.
Everybody behind me leaving intact, baby.
But this is the thing. I'm not taking my child to your house for a play date unless they're playing with your children. You don't even have fucking children for my kids to play.
Right.
You got fucking children. You got a goddamn amusement park.
And you can go to the amusement park during the day with me.
Right, I would be there. I wouldn't leave my.
The night over an adult man's house.
We're gonna.
How do we get to Michael Jackson?
You said Michael Jackson.
No, I said I'll take him over R. Kelly.
And then you
but no, he popped.
Whoa! You see what just happened here?
What?
They're bigging up R. Kelly, and now they're shitting on Michael Jackson being a pedophile. You see what they just did?
I didn't say.
Y'all did do that.
Y'all just
No.
did that shit.
I said I don't believe it.
And left my
That
child
Michael
there.
Jackson was a pedophile. But I said, why would the parents let their kid go and spend the night at his house? I don't care if you are a celebrity.
But people was taking their kids to R. Kelly.
No,
R. Kelly was picking up teenagers.
right. Them girls was saying some was 18.
That's some new shit with the parents was dropping them off.
They knew. I mean, it's not like this ain't.
But even with that, when they said that the teenage girls was 18 or whatever, the parents knew. First of all, I don't care if it was Kels. I'd be like, I want to see what Kels living like. You know what I'm saying? Where your bed go be at? Yada yada. I'm not just gonna send my child off and be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, with R. Kelly house, back in the day.
But at 18, they pretty much adults.
Yeah, but I still will go.
We off the subject. It don't even.
Okay.
No, I got a question though.
I still would check.
Have y'all dated men older than y'all when y'all were 15 and 16?
I did.
I did.
All of my boyfriends were older.
I've always dated an older guy.
Like what kind of
What's older?
Older.
Like 3 years.
So y'all didn't date no 10-year-old?
No, I didn't. Like when I was 16, I was dating like a 19-year-old.
You knew how old you was?
I think about it now and I'll be like, what the fuck?
What would you see?
What y'all talking about?
Nothing. What no talking?
I was mature,
I was
so
gonna say, but
No,
females
No
are
talking. What would you do with
When
it?
that goddamn.
I was mature.
You say how old?
Mature.
Body was sure.
Yeah. Oh, for real, girl. That's crazy.
I was
Over
like-
class. Yeah, all that shit. I mean, your ass so.
Gym teacher crazy.
Fuck you talking about? You got, but I got home. You gonna have my homework after we
Take
talk?
that book bag.
That ain't nothing to talk about. That Negro is nasty.
I'm gonna say
Gotta
now, I
slide
forgot his
the book
age,
bag
but
up.
I'm 30 now, and he's like in his 40s, probably finna be 50.
Yeah.
I mean, I never partook in no shit like that.
Not that young.
Normally
I dated a girl when I was
like
21 when I was
3
like-
years or so older.
No,
than
she
me.
wasn't 21.
That wasn't too bad.
She couldn't. I remember she couldn't get in the club. I picked her up. She worked at the Lark.
I remember that.
I remember the lot.
And
How were you?
I didn't have shit. To, I had to be like, I wasn't that much. I might have been like 25,
Oh, that's not.
some shit like that.
Nah.
But she was. That's what I'm saying. Just even with that,
Well, at least
I
you
didn't
go
even
up to
know
work.
what to fucking.
No conversation. Ain't shit to
Talk
talk
to her
about,
about.
bro.
But it depends on the person, because I was mature.
No, you wasn't.
I was.
You probably were mature, like mature.
I was.
Like, ain't no
But no,
conversation
even the
at
people
25
I would
years
hang around were older than me.
old. Sure, man.
Still to this day, everybody that I hang around is older than me.
Y'all was fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you ain't here with our old asses. You just said you 30, right?
Yeah.
Like my baby daddy is.
We like 10 years
Well,
old.
he was.
You ain't here with our old asses.
I'm 30 and my baby daddy just made 40 something. I forgot. So
But you know what? You know,
I always
When you
dated
know
older
girls
guys.
pregnant, they don't even know you no more.
bruh.
They grow out your ass.
Bruh. You know what I'm saying? Old motherfucker.
I don't think it's just that once you get pregnant, they grow out of you.
Because he did it on purpose, so that's something totally
As
different.
women mature, we grow into who we are, and what we like then, we no longer like, or we're no longer into.
Because you realize it's creepy now.
We look back and
It's
like,
creepy
I don't even
and
see what I liked in that
Stuff that excites you then, you thought was like, ooh, now you like,
Right,
please.
well, come on, right.
Right.
So that's what happens. You actually just become women. Well, me myself, I didn't really become who I was. It took me. I took longer than 25. I was pushing 30 before I was completely me. I was pushing 30. I went through a lot of phases and changes.
Okay.
Even once I hit 25, I think 5 more years, I was still growing and changing.
So I mean, but then I think there's a lot of weird relationships I'm gonna make a hard left kind of
Hard left.
hard
Okay.
left. So, do you hang with somebody that's like? Do you hang with somebody that most people wouldn't think you would hang with?
I hang with whoever's cool to me. Whoever I get a good vibe or a spirit from. I don't give a fuck what the other person.
So it don't matter
about
it don't matter if like y'all different politically or socially or whatever it is. Like
No.
so when you see George Bush and Michelle Obama,
I think that's cool as hell.
friendship.
I think it's cool as hell.
Okay.
I don't see
I like
anything
it.
wrong with it.
And I think that's those are some of the best. I'm not gonna call it the best. Those are some good relationships because there has to be a lot of good conversation coming there because you and I are not agreeing on everything. And now I get to see things from a whole different perspective when everybody who's hanging with me is just like me and has the same views as I do.
Bubble.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, yeah, we all agree on this. Okay,
that's dope,
well,
yeah.
let's have some. Let's go back and forth. Let's talk. Open my eyes to some different things. That's where growth comes in. You can't grow.
He don't care about black people.
Oh,
George Bush.
oh.
You gotta check the source. Do he care about black people?
The source.
That's the question. Like,
Why
maybe
you
he
walking
speak for he's
around
like, no, maybe she said
making
we
them-
don't care about black
Walk
people.
around with America Great Again hats on.
Yeah. I don't know. There's something about the optics of it that kind of made me feel some kind of way about the whole Michelle Obama thing. Like when I see him give it a candy like that.
Well, she gave him a mint last time. You don't remember that? Last time they were at a funeral, they were somewhere, and they were sitting next to each other, and she slid him.
Right?
So it's kind of like a back and forth. It's kind of like an inside joke. She slid him a mint.
Man, your
and
daddy just died. Relax, man. How you think about my wife?
you know,
Why would you want it? But he knew
your
it.
father
But you act
been
like his
sick. It's
dad
not like
died
he-
on the spot.
yeah.
Like he was
He been
18
sick.
years
You know
old or
it's
something.
coming.
It was
You know
coming.
it's
This man
coming.
was damn near 100 years old. He was going to die, and then he was like you said, especially after their mom died. And with them being together so long, if you pay attention, married couples who's been together
They
that
go
long,
kinda
when
after
one
each
dies
other.
within a
One
year
kinda
or so,
go, yeah.
later,
That'd be heartbroken.
Yeah,
When
they
the
died
mother
like
died?
broken heart, like
Early
a
this
year,
year.
say 8 months to a year before
She
now.
died. She died. It was something because what happened?
It wasn't long. It was about 8
No,
months
actually,
ago.
it was a year. You're right because
8 months
they were
to a
supposed to
year.
come to the inauguration. They was like, "Oh, we sick, man. We sick." We
I
can't
do remember that.
They
And
both
then
actually
they went
went
to
to
the
the
Super Bowl or something.
They
Like-
didn't want to mess with dude.
Nah, yeah.
That shit
So,
was awful. But yeah, I just the optics of it. I think something about the white man and the black woman thing. It's something about the optic
You
is
know
making
what?
it feel some kind of
I
way.
We need that.
I would say that, but it's like it seems really genuine.
It's very
It
genuine.
seems real. Like they seem to like.
Have
really
you seen the
kinda,
pictures of them sitting somewhere? They were holding hands.
Yeah, it's like they really
they're
care
friends.
for each other. Like
They're
you know what I'm saying.
friends.
And so I mean, if he was, I can kind of see maybe like he was on some fetish type stuff. If he wasn't, if he didn't seem like he really just generally likes her. It don't seem like he's into her and he's like ogling her or anything like that. It seems like they really just enjoy each other's company. And I think especially the way things are politically, like that's what we. I mean, isn't that what we want? We want people from.
I'm about saying at least they doing
different
something
ideals.
good and they not
And-
like
So, you know what I'm saying? Because
Back and forth.
it's not because the way things are politically now, it's not supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be
No.
like
It's
you
inciting
on that
racism.
side, so I hate you. I'm on this side.
That
so
might
I
be
hate
united
you.
in Trump hate.
No,
No,
I think they're
I mean-
friends. I think that we need that though. I think we need genuine friendships with people of multicultures, different races, and we can be friends. Then that starts to break down those barriers. Because I came up with when I was in like 4th grade. My first best friend was a white girl. I didn't realize that
You want to shout out?
we shouldn't have been. Yeah, her name was Melanie Gurgle.
Gurgle.
Yeah. When I lived in
Hey.
Riverdale, I was like the only brown spot out there. But she was one of the only people who embraced me and made me feel comfortable. And I spent nights at her house. Her family came and got me. All type of stuff. She got dropped off to me. They let her actually spend a night at my house with us. And it's like with my boys. You know, I live in a 90% white area. And my boys, I mean, it's out there, but
Correct this time.
I know.
I just knew you about to start
I'm
slandering
trying not
our
to say it,
fellows.
but my
I
boys,
live by
you know,
crackers.
Exactly. Who got the soup? I got the crackers.
my boys spend a night at all type of people's houses, and they spend a night at mine. But what tripped me out was when they started dropping their kids off to me, and they didn't have to come in or anything. I had one lady drop her son off at the door. I was like, "Good luck. You got 10 of these little boys tonight. Good luck. I'm gone." And she didn't come in and interrogate my home or let me see where my son's going to be sleeping. And they didn't come get them to the next day late, 2, 3 o'clock
she
in the
trusted
evening.
you.
They trusted me with their children, and they don't do that.
But you felt the way if she did that, if she came in.
No, I was welcoming people in because I don't care what color you are. I want to see where my kids stand. So when I drop them off, I want to at least be let in the foyer. I don't have to walk around your house. But let me in the foyer. Let me see if there's weed in the air.
Like,
you know,
let me get the energy in the house.
Yeah.
I think it is some genuine white people out here. I even had an experience. I was at, what was that place called? It's in Hyde Park, where everybody go for drinks and stuff. The Promontory.
The Promontory, yeah. Okay.
I went there, and I could feel myself having an anxiety
I
attack.
couldn't see you in the Promontory.
Why?
Because I'm being funny.
So I went and I was drinking, yada yada, having a good time, and I noticed I was about to have an anxiety attack. So I went to the bathroom and I stayed in there. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stay in here the entire time because I don't like for people.
But what was giving you the anxiety? Like,
it starts in my chest and my shoulders.
No, I mean, you know
I don't know. I start to notice sometimes, like if I'm around a bunch of people, and sometimes like me drinking triggers it off.
Get paranoid like you smoking weed.
Yeah. Okay. So it starts like from here, and then it's like my shoulders are just like locked. So, and then it's like it's hard for me to breathe. So, it's happened to me plenty of times when I'm out. Like, I've been on a boat and it happened, yada, yada. So, I went in the bathroom. I was like, and it lasted like 10 minutes. I stayed in the bathroom. I'm like, oh my gosh. So, I was just standing there. So, it was just me and this white girl in the bathroom. And she was like, are you okay? So, I was like, yeah. She was like, are you sure you don't look well? So, I told her, you know, I have anxiety attacks, yada, yada. So she was like, I'm going to stay in here with you the entire time. But she ran out. She went and got me some water. She brought it in there. And she stayed with me the entire time. She was like, I'm not leaving.
And that was genuine. She didn't know you from a hole in the wall.
Now, I've had it going to Black Bar. They look at me like I'm on some type of...
This bitch in the bathroom, she crazy.
Something wrong with her.
Go look at it.
Y'all better go check on her.
And they didn't help me.
Right.
And it was another person. It was... a white lady. I think she was an owner or something. She came up to me and she was like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm okay. I was trying to play it off because I'm like, this is an embarrassing thing for me.
Yeah.
And she was like, tell Mama Bear, tell me.
Oh.
So I told her, she was like, I'm standing here with you the whole time. I've had good experiences from some of them, some I haven't. So I think it could be a genuine thing, and then especially by his father passing away, you know, she want to probably make him feel better, comfort him,
console
you know.
him, yeah.
Right, so
how do y'all feel about Bush Sr., HW, the father?
I don't have any feelings about it.
I don't know.
So y'all don't participate in all the ill will and, for lack of a better term, I'm gonna say slander that was going on after he passed, where people kind of...
I didn't hear it.
Well, it was a lot of things. People were talking about a lot of people were just saying, like, man, he racist. Like, y'all trying to lionize this man after he passed away, and he racist. People talking about, you know, saying goodbye and all this other stuff. And
well, yeah, I heard a lot of people, they just didn't care. I mean, I'm not saying it mean like I didn't care, but I was just like, oh, you know, I felt bad for him still, Bush Jr., because I'm like, dang, he lost a parent. But otherwise, I mean, I didn't really have like...
Yeah, I didn't feel anything. I didn't want to show any respect or anything.
Right. I didn't even watch it.
I mean, that's
another dead man.
I'm not gonna... I mean, don't... I think this is...
it was.
No, it is. But I think that even though I disagree with his politics, even though, I mean, some of the stuff can be construed as racism, I don't want to have that
Somebody's
debate.
family lost.
I think... Not even that. I think it takes a lot... I mean... Think about what it takes to decide, like, you know what? I could be president. I could run this motherfucker.
It's not a situation, though.
I mean, what I'm just saying...
he was the first. What did they father do? Grandfather?
I don't know.
I think he was in the military, because they were all military.
No, because the father was military. HW was military. Okay. But anyway, I mean, I'm taking a long way to say is, like, I do respect the fact that he, even though I disagree with him politically, I do respect the fact that he said, you know what, because a lot of motherfuckers talk shit, but somebody just stand up like, you know what, let me try to run this motherfucker, let me see what I can do, make it do. I respect that, because it take balls to do that shit. I'm not about to sit here and, oh my God, goodbye to a soldier. And I think I'm as upset as I am when any person dies. I mean, a person is dead, and it's like it's sad. But still,
yeah, I don't feel any kind of way. Yeah, I don't feel any kind of way.
I really felt the way about people kind of going out their way to slander and talk shit, my thing, I felt like, this is my thing. I feel like if you was talking shit about him on Tuesday and he died on Wednesday,
they're fine.
Then sure, Thursday talk that shit because you keeping the same image.
But if you haven't been saying anything, don't wait until they die because there are people mourning him.
Yeah, and I think you got to let people. In regard, I mean, and
let people have their.
He did what he did.
Let people grieve.
He did some good. He did some bad.
But
you got to take everything. But he gone.
The thing about the Bushes, they do have a record of being systematically racist, and from some of the things that he did with Reagan, his partner in crime, what's the guy?
Alvin North?
No. That's Reagan. The other guy, the one that shot his friend in the woods.
That was the younger Bush. That was
But he was with his and his father's staff too. Then he brought him up. Then when he got president, he brought him into his staff.
What is his name?
Fuck. He run the Halliburton and all that kind of shit. So a lot of different things, like a lot of war crimes that they did and so forth. They kind of foul in what they do, but I can't knock them for being that way. And I mean, we're talking about Michelle Obama and him. I mean, I guess I can't expect for her to necessarily be responsible for that. You know what I'm saying? That's not her business.
And you can't knock her for who's nice to her and who treats her in a way that she wants to be treated. You can't. You don't. You know what I mean? It's like, regardless of how other people view someone, like people probably view all of us a certain way. Mm-hmm. Well, if you haven't treated me in the way that you've treated them, then why should I be angry at you? If you've treated me nothing but genuine and nice and cool, the way I'll need to be treated for a friend, then you my friend. I don't give a fuck how you treated somebody else. It's how you treated me. Also, you know who the real MVP is? Hillary. She a G. She sat there like, I ain't looking at you. I don't fuck with you. Ain't no high, ain't no bad, ain't no hit. None of that.
Yeah, I kind of bet.
I respect that. She didn't even play the game.
I think one thing to say about Michelle Obama and George Jr.'s relationship is, I think the reason that you see that presidents, ex-presidents kind of really hang together because they're the only people that know what you went through, what you've been through. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that it's a shared experience there, even from a first lady to a president. And you know what I'm saying? It's only so many people that's been. No, it's stuff it's stuff that she could say, and he'd be like, you know what I'm saying, off top, just because she's not talking to Laura.
You also have to.
Maybe they still have that relationship. Maybe they do talk.
You also have to remember that his daughter, and their daughters, they embraced the Obama daughters, and they stood up for them when people was tweeting against them and all kinds of stuff. Their daughters stood up, and the Clintons' daughters, every time somebody said something bad about one of those girls, they were the first ones out there.
Obama doing it high right now.
Probably.
I don't care. Why shouldn't she? Why shouldn't she smoke weed if she want to smoke weed because her parent?
They had her video and like her dancing and stuff.
She's a teenager doing teenage shit. She not out here on smoking crack and all of that other stuff. She's a teenage girl. We gonna knock them for shit that we did. I'm gonna knock her for some shit I did when I was a teenager. I partied. I smoked weed when I was a teenager. So why am I looking down on her? Because she's a president's daughter?
Of course. They think they're supposed to be perfect.
Get off that horse.
She black.
Get off that. That's the only reason they were looking down on her.
They want to find
there's certain things you can do when you're white that you can't do when you're black. Like go to the mall, take your kids to the mall with no shoes.
You know what you can do when you're black that you can't do when you're white?
You come to the motherfucking
UTPL podcast. White people welcome to it. That was
so do you think
I'm not goddamn you keep interrupting the intro. It's me. It's Justin with the E. We in the building. Apparently Lo don't give a fuck though. So Lo lousy ass in here. We got Kiki.
Yo.
You can call me Quack.
Nah, I was gonna do you this time. I'm gonna do everybody.
Don't do me.
Fuck it. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that, man. So, I kind of saw something. I kind of thought that talking about white and black, I let me see. This happened to a black lady. Did y'all see this video of the lady who was laying down in the office and the police was beating on her, taking her kid away?
I didn't see it. Put me into it. What happened?
Heard of it.
No.
Well, now the thing is, I'm just gonna initially give you the video, then I'm gonna give y'all some background. Okay. Now, just the video, they queuing. It's like 5 or 6 cops, and it's in a crowded. They're in a crowded office of some sort, and so it's a lot of people. They mad. It's like it's 3 cops like wrestling. The lady's holding a baby. So they're trying to yank the baby, like they're yanking on her arms and stuff, trying to get the baby from her.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Now, what happened was, she was in, I don't want to say public aid office, it was some government office. And it was very crowded. And she was in there because some voucher, her child care voucher, stopped coming. So she had been there for 4 hours, tensions were high, it was real crowded, there was nowhere to sit, so she sat down on the ground.
Okay.
Now, apparently they told her to just sit on the ground because there's no seat. So her and her baby sat down. Now, where she was sitting was in a walkway, so people couldn't get through because where she was sitting. She was asked to move. She politely declined. So then people called the police. The police get there. They ask her to move. She declines. And so they decide that because the police gave a lawful order. She declined it, so they're and the cue to the video was they're arresting her. Now she's holding the kid. So they're trying to get the kid from her so that they can arrest her.
Okay. It sounds like an angry black woman.
Yeah, but, I mean, that was all uncalled for. I mean, you sitting in a walkway.
Right.
And
But I'm picturing you in the public aid office, Secretary of State.
Yes, I mean, I don't
Secretary
say
of
public
State.
aid office. I feel like that kind of characterizes even more. So
You're the Secretary of State. It's busy as shit. You're in there for hours. You so much so that you got to sit on the floor. You're upset, right?
yeah, but
You're not trying to hear shit from nobody at this point.
nope.
I mean, but you still have to conduct yourself a certain way, and then you have a child with you, so you couldn't back up against the wall somewhere or something. You have to sit.
Nah.
That way people won't
Well, she
have to
was
say
against the
nothing
wall,
to
but
me.
apparently where she was sitting was.
She was in the middle of the walkway.
Yeah, it was a wall.
I mean,
Well,
why?
this
Why?
thing, I'm of 2 of mine. I'm of 2 minds of this. One is like, I like. Yeah, the police probably. I guess my question is like, if you look at, the video looks bad, but if you're arresting a woman that's holding a child, how can you do that and it look good?
You can't. Especially if she's not going to stand up.
Exactly.
She's not going to put the child down.
Now, one thing I will say is like, well, because people are very upset. They're like, that's bullshit, that's heartless and all that. And I think because I saw the video and I didn't know the situation. I just saw the video and I'm like, yeah, that's fucked up. But to me, it's like, I feel like she has to carry some of this blame because you put your child in
this
danger.
situation. Even when the police got there, you still refused to get up.
One of the things that happened is that she got charged with child endangerment, and also now they put a restrainer. She can't see her kid.
Damn.
I mean, that's a bit harsh. But come to find out that they dropped all the charges, she's supposed to be getting let out soon. She was in Rikers. She's supposed to be getting out soon. Locked up. Like, bro.
I mean, and with me, for my child, first of all, it's not going that far with me. But at the point where somebody wants to take my child from me and I'm going to be arrested, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be arrested. I'm not pulling my child back as you're trying to get him out my hands so that you can arrest me. That's adding trauma to.
Took a war with the kids.
Right. You pulling and they pulling.
I mean, they were pulling her arm while she was holding it. Like, she had the kid like they were trying to pull her arms off.
But you're traumatizing your child because now your child sees you.
And you resisting.
The kid was 1, so I doubt he gonna remember any of this.
Oh, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised what kids remember and why they grow up hating police.
I kind of feel bad. I wish I would see the video because I think the way I broached it to y'all more kind of seen it because it looked bad. It looked really bad. But I mean, the thing I have, my second point is that I really I strain the font to see the police doing that to a white woman. I just don't see a situation.
So what do you think they were going to do? Just leave a white woman there? I mean, because at some point she has to go with them.
I don't know. But I just don't. I don't see.
Nah, because I've seen some videos. They give them a whole lot more chances.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's it's just. I just feel like the whole energy would have been different. And it's like I feel like they'd try to talk her out of it or something. They'd have called it. You know what I'm saying? But
maybe so. But I mean, I think sometimes we get them a bad rap with that. Sometimes white people get the flux too. You know what I'm saying? They get it, but it's not a big deal.
But am I wrong?
It ain't the same narrative.
Am I wrong to feel like? Yeah, some shit looks bad, but At what point do we take responsibility for our actions? At what point do we take responsibility that we're sitting in the floor in the walkway and the people whose establishment this is asked us to move because I'm obstructing their business? And then at what point when the police come, do I still resist moving? And then now that they're trying to arrest me, in order to get my hands behind my back, I have to put my child down. Now I'm allowing my child to see police tugging on me, and now my child is probably screaming and hollering, and you say there's a child's a year old and won't remember. There'll be bits and pieces of that they'll remember. You know what part they'll remember? The police attacked my mother.
Yeah. I mean, don't get twisted. I feel like...
And that's all on the mama. That's her fault.
I think it's a little shame. I think it's a little blame on both sides.
I don't think so.
I don't think they had to lock her up. I think they could have just told her to leave.
When the video cuts on,
but she refused. She wouldn't even get up. He said that they asked her to move. She wouldn't even get up, so she's not going to leave.
I mean, but then again, I wonder what their energy was when they came in, because it was... When the video cuts on, it was like 6 or 7 cops, because it was like three cops cussing with her.
You don't remember that?
And it was kind of like 3 cops around them, kind of playing crowd control, trying to keep people back, because there was a lot of people in there. So I mean, again, my thing is like this: is like, yeah, they might have been like, ultimately the cops might have been doing their job, but I don't know if I'm okay with that being what their job is. I feel like it's got to be alternative. There's got to be a different way to do things.
As a mother, your first
de-escalate things.
Your first most important thing is that is the nurturing of your child, the safety and security of your child, by any means necessary. So if I have to go to jail so that my child doesn't get into this tug of war with me being pulled and tugged, I'm just gonna get up and surrender for my child.
I mean, honestly, because my thing is like that. I feel like, okay, if you feel that way, you want to take a stance. If you wouldn't go to jail for whatever it is you're upset about, you have. I mean, let me go drop my kid off. You can come back, sit down there anytime.
Exactly.
Go drop your kid off. Then you can do whatever you want to do.
That, but you don't do that type of shit with your child, with you.
I agree with that point. I do feel a way because you put your kid in that situation.
Basically, like a story like this. Did y'all see the lady in the bank demanding for money, and she was in there knocking over stuff?
No.
Did y'all see that? I think she
a bank robbery?
She pretty much was doing that. She said, look, it was a white woman. And you know the thing where they had like the deposits and all that? She knocked that over. And she was in there demanding money. She was like, I'm tired of being broke. I need some money. Open, basically,
so the not safe. Her money, just money.
Yeah.
Somebody money, huh?
Yeah.
Okay,
she's like, open the safe. I want some money. But with no man, she just went in there like, I'm tired of being broke.
Like,
that's a robbery.
They like, ma'am, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Really? Yeah. For real? So they didn't come in there with guns?
I didn't see any. From what I seen, it might be another video, but I didn't see no police. They didn't hurry up and get to her. Like, she was in there standing up, like, just acting a fool, demanding money. She said she's tired of being broke.
To be pink in America.
Man.
I mean, if it was a white person that comes into your establishment, would you actually? What would you do? If you it's a black establishment, she come in there. I was at a soul food restaurant, and a white guy came in there. He liked the food, but he was really like, I never been to a place like this before. I'm not from around here. My fucking Yelp told me to come here. He says, y'all shit good. Is it really good? He in line like, what's that?
Right.
That's good right there.
What you think?
That's pumpkin? Nah, it's sweet potato. Give me some of that. Now, what if he was over there enjoying himself, right? What if he was like, what the fuck is this? What tarnation? He went white boy crazy in there. What do black people do to this white man in there? Do you really?
So you think the meal wouldn't swell to him?
I don't know if motherfuckers gonna put the arm behind his back.
Initial. Are you talking about the police? Or the people in the store?
He started spazzing out there.
I think the initial thing for a black person, and I hate to say it, he probably would have got his ass whooped before. Yeah. Because, like you said, we should call the police first.
Take it easy on white folks.
No. I think he probably would have got his ass whooped. Then the police would have got called. Instead of calling the police first, and then
they would have comped him. We're sorry, sir.
Well, you know what? I think I have to disagree with you.
Yeah.
I think customer service should be customer service no matter who walks in the door.
Because you saying black people taking it easy on white. Have you heard of a man named Kareem Hunt?
No.
Okay. Kareem Hunt is a former running back for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
Star running back. Very good. In the last 2 years, he had the most yards out of any running back. All kind of like dude.
You just said yes.
Yeah.
I would have been a whole
Anyway, so he's not anybody to know because he just lost his job for putting his hands on a white woman. So apparently, y'all see this with a man. He come well.
Oh wait, come on.
Oh, what
came running out, and knocked it down, and all that. Yeah, that's our boy Hunt. And I guess my question is like, when did we start hitting white women? When we like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
this is America.
That's what's happening now. Like,
We beating white women.
Obama got y'all gas like that?
It's all right.
But my thing is why does it have to turn into when do we start hitting white women? Why can't when do we start hitting women? Period.
We've been hitting women.
Why can't it just be that he hit a woman? Why?
Yeah.
So I don't think they should be excluded.
It should be a big deal that she was.
I don't think it matters.
I'm being facetious about the white woman thing. I'm talking about just in
If he
general.
gonna hit that woman, he hit a black woman and any color woman. So it doesn't matter.
I was being facetious about the white. Oh, he laid hands.
You stop out a white woman.
I mean, because it wasn't hit. What happened? Because he ran out. His boy was trying to get her because they had all been out. A whole big group of them. They get back to the room. Apparently, I forgot what happened. For some reason, he wanted her and her friend to leave.
Here are some results from the web.
So they got put out. Fuck. Bitch, shut up, Google.
Tell us what else he been
Shut up,
saying.
white woman.
Tell us what else he been saying.
Hey, bitch. What's wrong with you? But,
You went too far.
Whatever, fuck that. You see, she shut up. Shit. So, she didn't want to leave. She beating on the door. She yelling and all this other stuff. So, arguments ensue. So he runs out. He pushes he's trying to get at her. Now, I'm not a big football player guy. He trying to get at her, knocks into his guy. His guy fall over and knock her over. So they push in the back of the room. She down there like, oh. So he run over there, give a nice little stomp to the side of the head. And then he felt like, all right,
lose his job.
Huh?
Yeah, lose his job.
Oh yeah, they threw him away. They like, yeah, you suspended indefinitely and all that. I mean, like, that's kind of.
But have y'all heard anything about the follow-up of what happened to that female cop that killed that guy, the black guy?
She got charged.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I got another.
Did y'all get like, because I never heard like the details further.
Hold on, before we go to that, because I got another part of this thing. I want to see if this changes it for you.
Okay.
Now, apparently, when she got put out and she was beating on the door and yelling, what she was yelling was nigger.
Words. See, that's like the big.
Does that change anything for you?
It does not. It does not, because that's still a woman. That's still a woman. And then you putting your feet on her at that. You had to stomp her while she was down.
Right.
Now that's the
You
ultimate.
had to stomp her. You could have gave her a
kick,
slap
That's
or
a
whatever.
felony. Stomp is a felony, yo. That's all the deadly weapon.
Yeah, you don't get to stomp. You don't get to stomp.
I guess my problem with that.
She's running off at the mouth.
My problem is that
Well, he could have called the police. By him being a celebrity, they would have came so fast and took her away.
because when the police came and they found out it was him, they really kind of brushed it under the rug. The little girl was like, he stays in some, I don't want to say a hotel, but he said some luxury suite or something like that where they got. So she was like, nah, show the tape because they got tape. She's like, nah, get the security tape.
You didn't kick me in the face. Oh, I want the tape.
Well, in the back of the head.
I don't give a damn. You didn't put your feet.
The back of the
You didn't put your foot. You didn't put your right.
But my thing is, it kind of reminds me, like, to me, the whole thing is kind of
wife beating shit.
Yeah. It's kind of like Jay-Z said when he was like, "Oh, Yogi ain't here, so I can do a rap quote." Motherfucker like, yeah. He said, "What did he say?" He said, "Like, when I shoot you, I'm brainless, but if you shoot me, you famous."
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing. Like, dude, you a millionaire. You got a lot to lose.
Yep, and you threw it away.
And again, like, and then she is racist. She laughing right now because she got that nigger out the league. She fucked up that nigger's money.
But this is
and
my
also
thing.
like
you can't always result to physical violence off of words. It does not give you the right. I can sit here and call you a punk pussy motherfucker. You might be offended, but you can't swing on me. I mean, you could.
What's it gonna benefit me?
But why?
Yeah.
Words are words. That's like when women call each other bitches and all types of stuff now, because originally they had started taking the power away from the word. So they started like watering the word down. But it used to be that you call a woman a bitch. Those were fighting words. I'm not fighting because you call me a bitch.
Right.
Those are words. As long as you're not physically.
At our age, it's 30 plus. Yeah, no.
Right, we're adults.
Okay, but what about
we have to learn.
24?
In my 20s, I wasn't fighting over a bitch. In my teens, I was. But once I became an adult, and I got in my 20s, I was like, who call me a bitch? Don't run up on me, though.
I'm not throwing away millions of dollars over nigga.
That's what men don't mature till 27. That's the scientific thing.
Some.
I think a lot of you all.
I think it's a high
I think it takes a lot of you all to hit 30, around the 30 age before y'all mature.
My problem with that is that, okay, if old girl was yelling nigga, it's a room full of niggas. Why you gotta react? I'd be like, look, $10 grand for the motherfucker to go knock her ass out.
There was no women in there. It was a whole bunch of dudes.
It was a woman in there, and it was a bunch of dudes in there.
Well, let some of the black women go out there.
The women went out there, and then they got to tussling, and they threw her down or something like that. And that's when.
Well, why you gotta go out there?
And again, that's my thing. It's like, why you?
Gotta do that?
Why the money?
I just would have left her ass outside the door, called the police,
and
that's
like,
it.
this crazy bitch on outside my door.
Because I've had people that have tried to come at me. I feel like they're trying to get something out of me. Like, let me try to take her car or something.
Out of you. Okay.
So I'm like, you know what? I wanted to beat their ass, but I had to go through the police. They kept doing stuff. They just kept doing stuff. So I'm like, I'm going to get a report for this, a report for that, just in case
you know
something goes down.
You know what the problem is with us? We don't call the police. That's the problem with us. We have to start doing them on them. And that's
what the fuck? You listen to the podcast.
But you know what?
Thank you. I love y'all.
But you know what? I've done that. And do you not have like a paper like this thick of me calling the police? But they didn't do anything because I felt like it was a black on black crime. Now, these are my neighbors I'm speaking of.
Smoke about these neighbors.
If these was white, if they were white,
it would have been a problem.
And they said I did something would have happened. We went to court and still nothing happened.
But see, don't give up on that, because how you fight that type of thing is actually through the legal system. Because if you don't, how can you tell who the camera on?
No. Because this thing, I'm so happy right now because we had this conversation before, and it was like, and they was talking about I'm all kind of coons and all kind of other shit.
No, I didn't say that. No, but you need to wait, like you say, you get older and stuff. You know,
they have a leg up on us because they are the first one to call the police. Yep. If you get into a situation, that's their job. Let them handle it. At this age, call the police.
Yeah, that's why now my younger days, I would have.
The thing is, if it's a black and white person, usually they go talk to the white person first. But if you call the police first, they'll talk. You get your story out first. You call the police on them. You start calling, even on us. You have to start calling the police.
And I did.
Get shit documented.
And the police was coming. They was like, "Do you want to pressure us?" Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm like so inept in my argument right now. I feel like it's too much to get to.
Yeah. Now you know how I feel.
Because honestly, I felt that if I didn't, somebody was gonna get hurt. It was gonna be like,
and then guess who's going to jail? You.
Yeah. See, and that would have been their first thing. Why didn't you call the police?
Why didn't you call the police?
So I was like, I'm gonna do it.
Especially when you let it escalate. They're gonna be like, oh, damn, you said this is an ongoing thing.
Yeah. Why you didn't?
This is the first time we hear about this. Now that you didn't snap out. You gotta call the police.
Yeah.
But I mean, but what about the other side of it? So my argument is that you call the police, and just because of the nature of the beast, they feel like you are wrong. Just when they come on the scene, the police are directly looking at you as the problem.
They will do that.
I've had that happen. I've had that happen. My son had an incident where he was playing too rough with this little white boy, and then the little white boy went home and told his dad my son punched him. When he got to my house, and all the other kids came who were all white as well, they were like, "Oh no, he didn't punch him." And the kid backtracked in front of his dad and was like, "Okay, he didn't. You know, we were playing this game and I fell," and he was laughing, so he ran home crying. So the dad was still like, "Oh, so that's how you play? You laugh at him?" And I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute. First of all, this is my kid."
You don't talk to a kid,
right? And I was telling the dad, I'm like, dude, your son basically just told you he lied to you. If I was you, I'd be whooping his ass.
You worried about a laugh?
You worried about a laugh? Because he wanted my son to be wrong. So
he was already mad at the black
So
kid,
now he and I are having words. And I was like, well, if your son wasn't such a bitch. So he was upset. He was upset that I said that. He was upset. When I said that. And he called the police. But he's at my doorstep. So when the police come, the whole story unfolds that his 19-year-old son ran at the park, because my son looks big, my son is huge. So his 19-year-old son ran up to the park and told my son if that happens again, he was going to kick his ass or something like that. So now I'm like, oh, my son is 12 years old. Let's press charges against this adult that threatened my son. They're like, oh no, he's getting ready to go to the army, and not
I don't care.
Not with this charge, he won't. And then so the police were trying to get me to understand that, oh, but this kid, he's so much smaller than your son. I said, in a court of law, he's an adult. He's 19. Why are we still calling him a kid? Oh, because he's like this tall. I don't care how tall he is. The only thing I care about is that he's an adult. So the police wanted me to cool out and be calm, and they just told dude, like, if I was you, I would leave. They sent him away. They was like, look, you need to go.
That's the scenario that I'm talking about.
Even though you called the police, they tried to,
it can go left.
They wanted me to be
they always
cool.
going to want to point at us, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, traditionally, we just don't want to involve police in our dealings because the police seem to have it out for us. Yeah. So it's like, but
how much of it can you take? If you keep taking bullshit,
I feel it though.
Then you escalate, and then you go to jail because you do the ultimate.
And then you don't have it on paper, so you really go be, you do have
to get to a point where you are.
You have to be proactive.
Call the police.
I think that's the way to get them used to us is that if they have to come talk to us. Instead of us explaining ourselves, if they got to come and say, okay, sir, what's the problem? This is what happened. This is how I felt. Whatever.
We have to learn to play the role. When the police come, you can't be all up in arms, going off, cussing the person out you into it. You have to be the calm one and let them look like the fool.
We were the calm ones, and my neighbors, they was like, oh, we see they're the aggressive.
You see?
They were cursing the police out.
You have to.
That's black on black bullshit.
The sergeant came out, and they cursed the sergeant out. I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding? They didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. And then they was charging towards us when the police was out there, and the police was telling us to go in the house. They was like, just go in the house. It's just words. I'm like, are you serious?
Well, we have to live next to each other. You have to solve it.
Exactly. That's why I said, well, we come from, it ain't just words. Like, that's how it started off.
That's how it escalates.
Going back to the other situation with the lady in the place, whatever, the police jumped on her, like, I've seen white people get indignant in places and act a fool. But what they do is when the police come, they instantly switch it up. They get up and they start and they go and
so do I.
I mean, and you supposed to. And what they do is they'll go to the police and they'll go tell a whole lie about what. No. This person did this, and they be like. And so, but the problem is now the other people got to defend from this bullshit lie. There's a shit coming. They'll change it up real quick. White people, like I said, white people, they'll change it up real quick and start telling about how everybody did all this stuff to them, and that's why the only reason I laid on like that because I was scared and this, that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we gotta learn to do that. We gotta get comfortable around the police and say, hey, look, once the police here. It's time to change it up.
And you have to be able to articulate yourself. You
can't be
your part without cursing and going off. Yeah. You got to
seem like the reasonable one.
Yeah, police can ask me what happened. I'll be like, I don't know. I just got out the army 20 years ago. These people just came around and
it kind of reminded me when I was in combat over in Nam. Like, bro, you too young. No, I was in Nam, goddamn.
You know what I'm saying? But we got a lot of racial shit. What's going on? We got a lot of racial tension today.
You want some more?
Kevin Hart?
Yeah.
With the
homophobic?
Yeah.
Hey, at some point, you all, come on. At some point, you have to let a comedian be a comedian. That's why comedians are comedians, because they say the shit that other people aren't comfortable saying, and it makes you laugh. These are jokes. Quit all this.
So a comedian can't go too far?
No.
Really?
No.
Heard any rape jokes?
So?
Oh, that's yo. Okay, I'm gonna get that.
It's comedy. It's comedy. Lighten the fuck up. It's comedy. They do black jokes, white jokes, gay jokes.
Twitter jokes.
Yeah, I mean, I think Twitter.
He's a comedian, and when he tweets jokes and shit. He's a comedian. That's his job. Trump's an asshole. There's a difference, and he doesn't get paid to tell jokes. He gets paid to run the fucking country and to try to unite us, which he does the opposite of. But with Kevin Hart gets paid to tell jokes. That's his livelihood. That's his bread and butter. If he's not tweeting jokes and all that, think about when Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy was doing it.
What do you
You
say?
think Eddie
A
Murphy and
different
Richard Pryor didn't?
what
A
did
different
Hart
time.
say?
A joke is a joke.
Basically,
He don't want his son to be gay. He's
Yeah.
scared. He like, oh, I don't want my son to be gay.
he don't want his.
But
Yeah.
who wants, okay, I'm going to love my son or my daughter regardless. But is that what you want for them? I want my daughter, I don't want my daughter to do hair right now. She's doing it.
UTPL gay cast.
I mean, why is it something wrong with you wanting a certain lifestyle for your child? That doesn't mean you're against.
So they feel like he was
other
against
lifestyle.
the gay community, and they want him to apologize, and he said he wasn't apologizing.
He apologized
He said
already.
it was something. Oh yeah.
How many fucking times does he have to
Right.
apologize for the
I
same thing?
I see a couple of issues here. I see people speaking on Twitter, putting statements on the internet. That's one subject here. Then we got the subject of apologizing to the world for being you.
For being you.
Right. And then we got the gay issue all intertwined in this shit. I don't even know which one is the bigger issue.
He apologized if he offended the gay community or anybody else. He apologized. But they want him to apologize again. Well, if he's sorry, he can apologize.
Yeah, if you
he
feel
wasn't
it,
trying
do
to
it.
be
If you feel-
offensive. He said he wasn't trying to be offensive, but the thing is how many times, if I said I'm sorry to you, Quad, I'm not kissing your ass and constantly saying I'm sorry. Once I apologized and then I told you I was sorry for this one incident, unless I did another thing to you, that apology should either, you're either going to accept it or you're not. I'm not about to keep apologizing for the same thing I did. In order for him to do that show, they wanted an additional apology. Why?
In real life, I ain't apologizing. No way.
But it's the thing. You gotta think about like this. Don't get it twisted. Like, as far as him saying like he don't want his kids, like, dude, I don't want my kids to be gay.
I don't think.
I would, like I
who
said, the thing
says
is,
that though? Who wants their kids to be gay? Like,
I mean, I don't think anybody. Like, I don't know if somebody like really want. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, who wants? Like,
right.
I hope,
I hope my child be
again,
gay.
like, I wouldn't. I don't think I would love them any less. I think it would.
I got a kid, so I'm not gay.
Okay, this is the thing though.
It would be it would be a transition. I don't know. Like, I'd like to think I'd be super open and be like, oh, well, I embrace you. I love you for who you are.
I would be fine.
I definitely would throw my kid away, but I think it would take me time to. I guess maybe I got girls. So
I would be fine with it, and it shouldn't make a difference.
I don't care.
I don't care. Whatever my kids do.
Not that I don't want my
theory. It don't matter.
In real life, I think
Whatever my kids
I think if my son was gay, I would feel more of a way about it.
But if they do it, they do it. The reason I wouldn't want that for them is because I wouldn't want them to go through the bullshit that comes with it.
You're already black.
But it's not that I don't want them to be with a man be with a man. It's that's their life. Yeah. Whoever you lay down with, it has no bearings on me. The only reason I wouldn't want it for my child is because I wouldn't want this bullshit that comes with it. People slandering them, people making jokes at them. But with the Kevin Hart thing, I think it's totally different.
People like Kevin Hart?
Because just regular people, because Kevin Hart is a comedian, that's what I'm getting to. There's differences. If Kevin Hart's not in a political office, it depends on the setting. He is a comedian. Nothing is off limits in joking. He's joking. He's a comedian. If he played it safe in every joke he told, who the fuck is gonna go see him?
Are we comedians?
No, I'm not a comedian.
Can we say what we want to say right now?
If we don't ever want to go into a political office or anything, if we don't ever want to be on the main stage.
I think there's a difference.
And freedom of speech.
I think it's a difference.
You should be able to say what
because
you want. Or how you feel. State your opinion.
No. You can say what you want.
Depends on what you're going to do.
But the thing is, there are consequences to saying certain things.
But it shouldn't be when you're a comedian.
No. I think there always should be consequences. I think the thing is this: is that like for us here, why Kiki said, you know what, the reason she wouldn't want her sons to be gay is because, and she was able to give a whole coherent point, a whole coherent thought. Anybody listening to that can say, you know what, I see Kiki's point. Even a homosexual person be like, I might not agree with you, but I see your whole logic straight.
But I don't
As
not
a
want them
comedian
to be gay
joke,
I don't want them to be with another man. I don't care
right.
if they're with another man.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm with you.
Right.
And so that's the thing. It's like, but you were able to give that whole coherent point and say, this is what I don't want, this is why I don't want it. And this.
But as the comedian, you can't give background.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, as a comedian, you telling the joke. You can't go back and go back and say, well, the reason I don't want him, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
What did you say earlier? You said cave people?
Cave bitch.
Cave bitch. That's a joke.
Yeah.
Can that be held against you?
Later on, yes.
Yeah.
Depending on what kind of job he's in. But not if he's a comedian. A comedian, that's the thing.
Well, no, I think this is the thing. I think
I'm a comedian. I mean,
No,
I'm trying to be funny out here.
I mean, a comedian that gets paid. That gets paid.
This is how I start.
Up.
This is my start.
Yeah.
Hopefully I get paid. Well, no, I mean, I think this is the thing: is that if one of my white coworkers listened to this that I'm cool with, and they came back and they was like, "Man, you said cave is like that was kind of offensive."
Step to you and shit.
Yeah, I would be like, "Look, man, like I ain't mean like that. I just be talking shit. We really just talking shit on here. Like I think the problem is that people.
Wait. But after you said that, 2 years later, that same person fuck you. I want an apology.
Same Peckerwood.
Yeah.
I didn't already. Like, dude, we already talked about this.
Like,
and that's the big thing with Kevin Hart.
I thought our first conversation went swell.
Right. Kevin Hart already apologized. What is with this? When is enough apologies enough?
And if they felt that way, they should have never gave him right the job.
Well, no, it's two different entities that did that. But again, the thing, like, because the Oscars contacted him and said, we need you to issue an apology. He already issued an apology. The Oscars yeah,
they did. You better Google it.
The thing is like people came up with all. No, the Oscars was like, dude, just apologize and keep it moving.
That's asking for an apology.
But the thing is like the people brought this stuff up first and was like, you need to apologize because he said I was homosexual. So why the Oscars? Why you having? You know what I'm saying? I think there's an outraged economy, an outrage going on here where it's like people just.
People are way too sensitive
in the business. I don't think way too sensitive. I think people, because I don't think they're sensitive. I don't think they're really upset. I think they're in the business of being outraged about calling out stuff that's outrageous and trying to get people turned up to profit themselves.
That's
so
like
people to come to my blog, people to come listen, come be my friend and like my stuff and share my stuff, and I can profit from this. It's not outrage. It's not. Like they're not mad. They want. The thing is, they want to take down powerful people. They want powerful people to come and kiss the ring before they can go forward. That's what it is. And I think the problem is people. No, I mean, but it's going too far.
Like the vegans are now saying we need to get rid of the kill a bird with 2 stones. Y'all going too far. What? Those. Why does that affect you being a vegan? Me saying kill a bird with 2 stones. Why does that affect you being a vegan?
Animalist speech.
Okay.
Part of you
probably were not always a vegan, and you probably ate a bird
but
before.
The thing is, but that's not what they're doing. Is they're taking advantage of this outraged economy. They see that it's value. Like they said, they see that because again, like all these people, a lot of these people that are mad about this stuff, they don't give a fuck. They just want to take people down, or they want people to because they wanted Kevin Hart. Because again, if Kevin Hart would have been like, "Hey y'all, I'm sorry," everything would have been better.
And again, it's
sorry, like I saw him not apologize.
It's not. But he apologized already. But they just wanted to force him to apologize right now.
No,
they want to exert power over his life and make it. No. And that's why I was kind of with him, not apologizing.
I'm with him on that.
I
already said I'm sorry. I'm not about to keep kissing your ass.
And he didn't say nothing wrong.
I think this is the thing.
It was an insensitive joke.
It was insensitive. And the thing is, as somebody that's kind of an advocate for LGBT like Kevin Hart is. If they came to see like, hey man, that's insensitive. You like
apologize.
Like you know what? Okay, you know what? Look, dude, I'm not homophobic. And I think the problem is this. I think.
Go back, bro. Saying shit on the internet. You saying things on the internet. All this stuff is coming back.
Yeah.
All of it's coming back.
Yeah.
It's all for record.
Yeah.
We didn't pretty much learn that. And if you're a child on the internet, you really got to know.
Yeah, you have to teach your children that now. I teach my kids that now.
What you say now is always going to come back.
It's going to come back to
There's been a couple things that have been brought to light of kids saying certain things.
It was a baseball player who was 14-year-old said some bullshit. Then when he became an all-star last year, they brought the stuff back up. Like, what's all this thing with me and my niggas and all that?
Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So all these things coming. So when do people just stop saying bullshit?
You have to. At some point. I mean, but not as a comedian. Because then you lose. You're not going to be a comedian. If you're a comedian, you cannot play it safe. You have to joke about. There's going to be something you joke about that's going to offend somebody. There are jokes you have to.
The thing is, but it's like I don't think that joke made Kevin Hart sick. Kevin Hart sick could have went off fine without that joke. So it's not that you don't have to be offensive to be funny.
He's not an offensive comedian.
Exactly.
He's not really even an offensive. I mean, like I said, they didn't do it with the rest of the comedians.
Think about how many comedians will get on the white people They make jokes about them, and then they talk about the black people. They make jokes.
Yeah,
because you
he
can make
talks
jokes
about black people,
but you can't make jokes about what.
He talks.
You can make jokes about
so they make
people.
jokes
He
about
tells jokes
both.
about us, about black people, and he's black. You think he don't like black people?
Right.
He makes jokes about them, though. Does that make him a
so
racist
he not
or something?
excluding?
But that's the thing. Is like that's what makes it disingenuous because if you like again, if you went all the way back in his Twitter to find that one post where he says something homophobic, you had to read through that man's Twitter. And if you take the content of all the stuff he said in Twitter,
He made a lot of jokes about a lot of different.
but not even that.
Positive stuff.
But he's very positive.
He is.
He's very into like he's very tolerant as far as LGBT and very supportive and all this.
And I'm not
also,
even a fan.
if you-
I'm not even a fan.
No, he's not that funny.
He's not
to me.
that funny.
But
to me.
he's a positive dude. He's definitely not a homophobe. He's definitely not racist, anything like that. Like even and again, if you did all this research, you would have came up on that apology.
You would have came up on the apology.
So the thing is, it's like it's not. Again, that's why I say that these
It's
aren't
that.
people genuinely
it's about
upset.
getting his black
It's about-
ass off of that main stage.
It wasn't even about them. It's not about getting him off the stage because if he would apologize,
That's what I think.
he'd have been doing the Oscars.
What about
All it is
Nick
is about,
Cannon?
it's about some nobody trying to exert control over a powerful person's life.
Did you
That's
see
all
what Nick
it
Cannon
is.
did?
Yeah.
Well, Nick Cannon, what he
Went back
did
and
was
over
he
like Amy Schumer and Chelsea Handler
and somebody else.
what's the chick name? Sarah Silverman.
Yeah, so basically like some white comedians,
White female comedians.
Yeah,
over there.
Right,
when
right.
they found when they said was it gay shit?
Homophobic stuff.
Homophobic stuff,
Yeah.
So they found homophobic statements that they made, and we're waiting for the backlash.
But they're not.
There's not going to be any, and that's
No,
like,
it'll be some if all of a sudden if they're to host something or something big happens their way, it's gonna come up, and then people are gonna be like, okay, we want our pound of flesh.
that's
Apologize.
like Trump. That's like Trump doesn't want comedians doing that little whatever it was, where the comedians come out.
Yeah, the
And they laugh and joke about all the political parties and stuff,
thing,
right? And it's
Correspondence
like,
dinner.
come on, man, these are jokes. Be cool. They're not harsh. They're
Right,
just
like, why
they're
not?
just political
But no,
jokes.
she was pretty harsh. She was funny though.
Kevin Hart specifically now. Was it about 2 months ago he had the issue with Mike Epps and Cat Williams?
Yep.
Cat Williams said this was gonna happen, right?
I don't know. I can't say he did. You can quote it or say it. I don't know.
Fuck you in this whole.
my whole premise.
Yeah, this whole premise, dog. Because I feel like this is how I'm gonna end with some me coming somewhere there saying Cat Williams is right, and I'm not even feeling that.
Well, I mean, he did kind of say some things like Kevin Hart is too. They gonna knock you off your pedestal. You act like you so special, but they gonna knock your ass while you talking all this shit about us comedians who ain't on that platform.
But
that
he
you are.
wasn't. And see,
And he stepped down too.
well, no, this is the thing.
He could have took the job.
That's like saying they
Cat
gonna
Williams
I
a
like
hater.
his stance, though. I like his
saying
stance.
they gonna knock you off your pedestal is saying like the sun gonna come up tomorrow. That's not a prediction. It's gonna happen, and it's not even necessarily a black thing. I think it just happens to everybody. It has the amount of success. At some point, somebody's gonna try to break you down. Some attempts are more successful than others. But it happens to people, and usually, again, the status quo is like Kevin Hart was supposed to just come out like, man, you know what, this from blah blah blah, this that, I apologize, and everything. And again, it's not like they was trying to take him down because if he would apologize, he'd be doing the Oscars. It's not like they was asking for a lot. But I honor the fact that he, even though he kind of walked it back and did somehow apologize. I didn't like that. I kind of feel like fucking stick to your guns. I think there's a lot of people that are tired of that bullshit.
I like his stance on that. You're not going to make me apologize again
For something I already
for
apologized
something I already apologized for. Plus, it wasn't meant in a malicious way. These are jokes. I am a comedian.
But the thing is, like, you can make jokes that are, and people can feel away. Like,
But you can't
make
tell
jokes.
this man how to be
What I'm saying
clean or
is,
dirty
this is
in
the
his
thing.
joke.
You can make a joke that insults a person you don't mean to insult.
Yeah.
And you be like, you know what? That one I was trying to do. My bad.
I'm sorry.
He's not trying to insult
back for a
somebody
second.
Go
personally.
ahead.
George Bush shaking Obama's hand at the same time while he kissing Michelle.
We was like an embrace both of them. Nah, hey, come on, man.
I don't like the optics.
Come on. What's wrong with it?
I would never
You
do
missed that conversation, bro. It's dead.
but I would never
It's dead,
do
man.
Come
I
on.
should have did the picture at the same time. We was
Come
talking
on.
about that.
He
I'm not
embracing them.
gonna-
He embracing them both at the same
kiss you
time.
on the
He's showing
cheek while
respect. He's showing
hollering at
respect.
Jose.
He's
Or
showing
other way around,
respect.
how to work, whatever.
He's showing
I mean, it
respect.
depends how it happens. If you say like, "What's up, bro? How you doing?" Oh, hey,
And then she
sweetie.
coming
And
in,
you know what
she's
I'm
like,
saying?
yeah.
As you know, it happens. It's not like it wasn't like he was like, hold on, he was holding Obama's hand like, no, bitch, come here. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't. You can't. The thing is this.
Kevin Hart need to go in on their ass.
No, he don't. He got no trouble.
I think people ought to embrace that friendship. I think that's a beautiful friendship.
Let me ask you a question. Should Kevin Hart have just apologized?
No.
Nope.
He did already.
No. I'm talking about now. This is the thing. It's like you can stick to your guns, or you can continue. Like I think as a man,
no.
At some point in your life, you're gonna do something that you don't want to do to benefit your family.
But when you start bending, how far do you bend?
They weren't asking for a lot. It wasn't like they just like just apologize.
Well, I heard some.
But you can't keep telling a man. That's where it starts. Well, you can't do this until you do that.
That's Hollywood.
This might be where it ends.
That's fame.
So I listen to a lot of bullshit, and I listen to this some super woke ass black folks on the internet.
Umar.
Yeah, some Umar Sunshines, and they talking about the fact that these Hollywood people do all kind of weird shit. They're not saying that he's now saying it's like almost like, no, y'all done too much for me. I can't go through this no more with y'all. I done this and that. Y'all done made me wear dresses. Y'all done made me do this. Y'all done made me that. So now I'm done with this shit. You know what I'm saying? So
no, I think, but he's setting the precedent for who he is. He's setting the precedent. He's like, this is who I am. I tell jokes. You hate it, you like it, or you don't.
I mean, but I don't think that was the stance he was taking because he did apologize.
And I didn't like that.
I'm talking about the first time he did.
We don't see Kevin Hart in movies no more. Do 10 years from now? Do we remember him taking a stance and?
No, because he fucked around and still said a bullshit apology. He backpedaled and did an apology, which I was against. I wish he would have never done that.
That came afterwards.
After he stepped down. But I think he was just letting people know, look, I really wasn't being malicious toward the LGBT community. So I'm apologizing on my own, but I'm still not going to take the job.
I think it was calculated. I think that if Kevin Hart had something else coming out that would have changed the narrative, he was stuck to his guns. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to not apologize and that be the last thing that you do. This was 6 months.
They said we don't know what he did to get past the adultery thing that he went through. We don't know what hands and asses and fingers he had to take in the ass to get past that and stay on the pedestal. That's that woke shit.
Yeah, like what the fuck? So because I cheat on my wife, I gotta go get fucked by Weinstein. Like that make no fucking sense. That's stupid, bro.
I don't.
But then again, maybe because
I gotta support her.
Maybe because a lot of people was mad at him for that.
A lot of people were mad at him.
I was, honestly. I'm like, damn, you just got in a relationship. Like, you ain't even give it
Are you a Kevin
time.
Hart fan?
Not really, no.
Okay.
My thing with that was I wish he would have made the Oscars make a stand. Because they didn't come out and say. They didn't come out and say, if you don't apologize, you can't do the job. They just made a suggestion for him to apologize. I would have liked him to say, I already apologized. I'm not. Now, what we going to do from here?
I think the Oscars, I'm pretty sure the Oscars went through back channels and was like, apologize if you can't do it.
Yeah, they probably
They're not going to
was
come out and
extra.
say it, but they was like, hey, bro, like they talked to his agent like, look, bro, like, you see this.
Well, he hasn't come out and said that they said he can't do it, and they haven't come out and said
he gonna do it in 3 years. He gonna do it. The Oscars. He gonna fall back for now. He gonna make a couple more movies. People gonna forget about this, and then he gonna say.
Let's think about the internet though. Moving on, I guess at the end of it all, with this whole internet bullshit, it seems though if you shut the hell up, it'll go. Like we don't care about Fabulous knocking his girl teeth out no more.
Nope.
I didn't even know.
I forget all about it. Yeah.
And he never said nothing.
And they back together.
He just never said nothing. Just don't say shit.
You gotta
let that shit go.
What happened to Dwight Howard being gay?
Dwight Howard's over with.
Shit dead.
All that shit, you know what I'm saying?
Stuff eventually go away.
Like 2 weeks later, it's some more shit.
You gotta wait for the news cycle. Wait for the next bullshit to pop off.
And even doing this podcast, you see it. Like when we had these certain subjects, by the next week, I got a whole new cover. I'm putting somebody else on the cover.
Yeah.
Right.
Some other bullshit happened. You know what I'm saying? We ain't
it's
talking
rare
about
we talk about somebody 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? They say that too about the way we take stances. Like we go out and we protest about things, and then we leave it alone. Yeah. And to the next big thing, instead of
follow up. And
instead of seeing it through and following up. Like with this Van Dyke thing. When are they going to sentence him?
Exactly. What's taking so long? But nobody has said anything.
Nobody's still protesting.
I have been watching. I do like that they're going after the other cops.
I do like that.
Because I think ultimately that's what we have to do.
That's where the cover-up came from.
Exactly. Is that if we got to make, like, because police are too comfortable, like, we just go get the, like, okay, if you get Van Dyke, then they'll keep that code of silence. If you let them know, because the cover-up should be as bad as the crime.
It should be as bad as the crime, because if you were not in law enforcement and you covered something up, it's considered.
Hold on a second. Ms. Lowe, could you tell me who Van Dyke is?
That's the officer that killed the boy. What's his name?
Shot 15 shots. McDonald.
Yeah.
Shot him 15 times.
Yeah. And you the one that they said they had the knife and
you saw the video. He was in the street.
Right.
Twirled around.
Well, the other cops wrote in the report.
Was he special?
Oh no,
mentally.
No.
The other cops wrote in the report lies about the incident that came out on the video that were not true.
They said he was slashing tires.
So I believe that they are just as liable for the cover-up, for them lying, because by us not holding them accountable for their code of silence, we ask people on the streets who know about babies and stuff getting killed and know who shot them and they're not going to the police saying, hey, Junebug them shot that baby on accident, but Junebug shot that baby. You know, they're saying police are out asking us not to have a code of silence in the streets, but yet they get to have one? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay.
You cannot write a false report and
exactly. And I feel like if you know it's wrong, you should say something.
You should say something.
Why are you trying to cover him up? Like, you know it's wrong.
You all were threatened enough to pull your trigger.
And that's the thing.
Exactly.
Like, what did he see that
he was the only one who
if 3 or 4 cops got to shooting, maybe.
And he was the first on the scene.
Yeah, he jumped out his car and get the bus. Like, what were you looking at that all these other cops?
Other cops were on the scene and they were comfortable enough to wait on a taser that was supposed to be on its way.
And he's been indicted now?
No, Van Dyke has been indicted. The other cops that lied are now on trial.
Van Dyke has been convicted.
And to me, like,
and
that's dope. Van Dyke
he's supposed to be sentenced on Halloween.
Right. And now that's what I'm saying. What's going on?
This December.
They're gonna quietly pass some bullshit. He gonna get some bullshit time.
But
like you said, that people forget. We're not saying anything. It's kind of like if you would stay on it, because ain't nobody thinking about it. Motherfuckers about them new Jordans. That's all they care about right about now.
And that's the problem.
And they throwing out different stuff, you know, so people like, oh, well, you know.
Stick with it. Don't forget. Like they do the Sandra Bland thing. They like say her name.
Yeah. And did you see that she got, the family gave they gave the family $1.5 million? I'm like, that's it? Even though if you gave her the family $20 million, it's never going to bring her back. But y'all gave these people $1.5. They just did it to hush them up.
They settled. They could have got more, but they settled.
Exactly.
They settled. I saw this thing one time about when black people get killed by police. It's like this general number. It was like 2.4. Like this average, it was always near like 2. Like our lives is worth 2.4 million or some crazy shit. It's like if you average it out, most times that shit happen.
You putting a price tag on.
You know that the police have a fund for bullshit lawsuits and all this stuff. And I'm like, that's the thing. Like, maybe if we stop the cops all this bullshit, we can get these taxes down because we ain't gotta have this bullshit fund on the side to be paying out for motherfuckers being wrongfully incarcerated and wrongfully killed and all this other. Like, and I do like that. Again, like they holding those other cops accountable because I feel like that's setting a precedent and saying like, y'all need to let these motherfuckers do bullshit swing on their own.
Somebody might start chirping.
But there's a woman who did.
Like, I don't need you to chirp. I just need you to write the truth in your report.
Oh no, there's a white lady.
Or I'm saying, still chirping.
Yeah. She's actually telling the truth, and now they're saying that she's a traitor, and I don't know her name, but it's one of the female cops, and she's telling it all, and they're like, oh, she's a traitor. She like, no, it's wrong.
Yeah.
It was wrong.
Well, they gonna have to put her in protective custody or something because they gonna do something to her. Like you told on all of us.
They blackball her, saying she's a traitor and all of that.
And fuck it, that's duty. She gonna have to be like in another city, state somewhere.
She probably gonna have to go to a different.
Yeah, because think about it. These are cops. State. They dirty. They go find something on her, do something to somebody in her family, or you know.
They probably digging now.
Yeah,
they're probably digging now.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. Miss Lowe.
Yeah.
You got the question. Ugly question of the week is on you.
The relationship question.
You're in a hot seat.
What was the brother? What was that?
4 kids.
Oh. So yeah.
Hold on, let me get the intro. Here's Low. Relationship question of the week.
So okay, basically, I seen someone post like this guy tries to talk to her. He had 5 kids, 5 baby daddies, but she has, I think, 4 or 5 kids herself.
Hey, I feel like you breezed over the 5 kids, 5 baby daddies.
I mean, 5 kids, 5 baby mamas. My bad.
I feel like I need to write these stats down and shit as you go.
Exactly.
5.
It's 5
It's like that math question. Everybody got 2 different answers for that math question and shit.
5 women, 5 kids.
So yeah, he has 5.
Exactly. How fast is this?
5 kids, 5 baby
If
mamas.
he can only run 10 miles an hour.
But okay, so she said, "Go ahead on." Basically, she don't want to talk to him. So I seen a lot of men right on there that she was negative. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of felt like that too because it's not just that status. It's just like she just seemed like a bitter woman. Remember, I was telling you, it's some bitter women on my page. I'm sorry. Hey, it's some bitter women.
You ain't do that when Ty was here.
We didn't have that
When a single
topic.
woman was here, y'all went out all the smoke.
We can do it the next time around. But I just felt like I don't know if, like I said, I guess it just depends. Maybe now she didn't say like the ages they were, you know. And somebody posted that he had. She didn't say, but somebody posted on there that he had 5 kids. He didn't say he had 5 different baby mamas, but he said he had 5 children. He said he take care of all his kids and he's not on child support, and he's married now.
But wouldn't it be wouldn't it be better for her to make a decision for her life? My thing is why not me? Because that's not for me. A man with 5 children is not for me. It's not a knock on him or anything. It's just not something that I'm willing to deal with.
I think it was selfish when she said she doesn't want to date a man like that. Better yet, I don't want to maybe date a man who has no kids. So why does this man have to accept you for your children?
And that's the problem. Who is that guy?
But that's
maybe
what
I'm missing something.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's bothering me.
Got 5 kids.
One has 4,
and the woman has 4. The man has 5, and she doesn't want to deal with him because he has all those children. And
she'd rather date somebody who doesn't have no kids at all.
And the problem is, and I understand she made a decision, and that's dope. I think it's going to be very hard for her to find a guy with no kids.
But she has to find that.
Yeah.
But my thing is that the
it's
problem is
deal with her with 4 children.
Because the problem is if she meet a guy with no kids and he say I don't want to deal with that situation, he an asshole.
But why?
But you did the same thing.
But what if he has only 1 child?
How old is this Harley?
She like in her 30s, maybe no older than 35.
Well, I think it's just different strokes for different folks.
But I think
a lot of things are missing from that, like the ages of the children and things. Because like right now, myself, I only have 2 children left at home, but I do have 4 children.
So what's your youngest?
My 11. My boys are 18 months apart. They're 11 and 13. But my girls are grown and gone. Okay. But at the same time, I don't want a man with 4 or 5 young kids. If he has teenagers or adult kids, that's fine.
Right.
But I don't want to be mom again.
She has a set of twins. I don't want to be
mom again.
She has twins. They're little. They still in their crib.
2 sets of twins?
Well, not 2 sets.
A set of twins. 2 kids.
A twins, and they still in their crib. So how are you?
Bruh.
Right.
Find a man with no kids.
That's some date a woman with 4 kids.
I mean, it's not with me. It's not about finding a man. Like I mean,
but your kids are older, so your kids are older.
I wouldn't want to deal with it.
Right, and I understand that because if I was like you, I would probably feel the same way. At least have your kids to be older.
Yeah.
No, me personally, I wouldn't want to deal with nobody who has like.
3?
I got 2.
Okay.
So.
And you have young children?
Nah, the youngest is 12.
Right. So I don't want to go back there.
Right.
Me personally, I don't want to have to change diapers because this is the thing. If I'm with you and you have 5 children, I'm not shit if I'm not playing stepmama to those kids, and you shouldn't want me if I'm not going to play stepmother to those kids. The same way women are with want a man to step in and be stepdaddy and all of that. We have to be the same way. So I wouldn't go into the situation because I don't want any more children at this point. I tell my girls, I don't want to be a grandmother right now. So at any point, a man, if I was single, he had 4 or 5 kids, he's not the man for me unless they're of a certain age.
Well, at least you said that. I'm just saying, like, how do you have a set of twins that's in... A set of twins that's like...
But if I have babies and you have babies, okay.
And then you're saying, oh, well, I don't want this. And I don't know if his kids are older or not. But my thing, at least that he has kids, so then that way he won't be selfish and be feeling like, oh, you bringing all your kids around, blah, blah, blah. You know, maybe it can be a blended family. Or, you know.
I just don't think she the type, I don't think she's in a position to say no off top. If she gave it a chance and be like, you know what, we just ain't vibing, cool.
Right.
But as
I just think it was
like again, because I think
and they were dating for some time.
Yeah, and it just didn't work.
And she's like,
thing.
Right.
You with your kids too much, or
he
what?
got too many kids.
What's the problem that come from having? If I have 5 kids,
to take on 4 or 5 kids at this point.
If I had 5, I couldn't say no.
Well, let me address that next.
At that point, they.
But what are the problems that we're gonna come across? If I have 5 kids and I'm trying to date, I got my kids too much. I got too many baby mamas. My baby mama drama. I don't have no money.
See, this is the thing. Yeah. The 5 baby mamas is a problem for me. Unless y'all have unless they just all cool. You got 5 cool bitches.
There's no chance
I ain't never heard of that. But you got
you got to be knocking one of them down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You got 2 that's on bullshit. You got 1 you knock down every once in a while.
I'm not insecure in that aspect. I'm not worried about another bitch. I let another bitch worry about me. So that's not the problem. My problem is
bars. Go and split freestyle.
My problem is, are they gonna start wanting to keep the kids from you once we start getting serious? Because you know, some women hold kids as pawns. Once they start seeing you happy, now are they gonna want half my income because we gonna get married or something? Because now they want child support because you got married. Even though you're taking care of the kids, we're taking care of the kids. You know, is there drama with those babies? I don't want to deal with a bunch of different women and personalities.
You got to worry about that. And why do you have 5 different baby mamas?
Why?
When did you see? Like, is it you? No, I'm saying, is it you? Or is it the women?
And then are the kids the same ages? Are you fucking these chicks at the same time?
Yeah, but you got kids the same age.
And are they young? Like, did you just have a baby last week and then another baby?
That's why I say it's different strokes for different folks. But this woman, and that's why they're laughing at me because they said, you know, how did y'all say I'm privileged wife?
Yeah, you got white privilege.
I don't talk about anybody being single, but these women, I just feel like they so bitter and they dictate so much.
Look, apparently we got to do the same thing. Start talking about blowjobs. We're not doing this.
Like I always tell,
and they don't have nothing. They dictate so
much.
A lot of women.
What you say? That's my bar. What you want to do?
I missed the bar.
I said they dictate so much because they gotta take dick so much.
Get your ass out here.
But no.
But a lot of women's perspective on a real relationship, a real marriage, and things keeps them from getting into a real relationship or having one or having a nice marriage because it's fairy tale. They don't know what a real relationship and a real marriage is. They looking for that carriage. They're looking to lose their slipper and he show up at the door. They don't know what a real marriage and a real relationship is because there's going to be they like that. I saw a meme. Or they think you hugged up all night. Oh no, it's hot in here tonight, baby.
Right.
You get over there,
exactly.
Get over here, and good night. And then it's like the chick that was on the book saying she never wears a bonnet at night and stuff. Well, I'm gonna throw a bonnet on my head.
Exactly.
And it's gonna be better for both of us.
Exactly. I'm sleeping in a bonnet.
I wouldn't trust him.
She doesn't wear a bonnet.
I said if she didn't wear a bonnet.
I was gonna say
that's a black thing.
So a lot of people have these false ideas of what relationships and marriages are. There's not gonna be. You're not gonna like this person all the time.
I say this to women all the time, and women get mad at me when I tell them because women think I'm trying to tell them to settle. I'm like, I'm not trying to tell you to settle. What I'm telling you is to recalibrate what you want and make sure what you're asking for is realistic.
That's the thing. It has to be realistic, and then there has to be some things that you're willing to give on. You have to know what that is.
Because nobody's going to be perfect. It's going to be something that this person doesn't do.
Everything can't be a deal breaker.
And what do you have to bring to the table? That's the thing. I'm like, the stuff that I'm seeing with them.
Ideal either.
Right.
You're going to have something that that's gonna turn them off in some way.
But let's go back to the harlot. She
So
has
the guy or the woman?
No, the guy.
Because they probably both are at this point.
He a hoe.
Yeah.
He probably has all the slow jams on his playlist.
I don't know what you've been through.
I've been over here.
I don't know who tried to trick you with the. She came up talking about some cigars. I'm fucking like, you gonna get this guy? Keep sweat.
I walked in the door and they got guy keep sweat. I was like, somebody here.
No. Let's be clear. The slow jams came on when you got here. Don't act like we were just sitting here listening to motherfucking slow jams.
I know when I came in here and sat down.
Talk about us? I thought you talking about us.
Bro, you see how she did us? You see what she just did? You see what she just did? Bro, don't do that, man.
Somebody here a hoe.
But with the lady, she has 5 kids. There's some issues. We talk about the issues
She's
with the
got
guy.
4. He has 5.
She has 4 or 5. She might have 5.
Like different
but
baby daddies, you say, right?
He has
She
5.
don't have all the same baby
Don't
daddy.
even matter.
But the woman with kids has
she
some
ever
issues
married?
too, though.
No.
Okay.
We talk about the guy's issues with having a lot of kids. He has to come in thinking about taking care of those kids.
That's a lot.
Right.
That's a
And
lot.
that's what we're
That's a
saying,
lot.
that there has to be the same way a man has to adjust to certain wrong things a woman has to adjust to certain things that aren't ideal about a man in order to get into a productive, successful relationship. The women have to realize too, you're not perfect. Even you may be perfect for someone, but there has to be a certain things that you're willing to lean and
You know what I
give with.
How I like to say it, I was like, you don't find somebody who has everything you want. You find somebody whose stuff you don't want really doesn't kind of bother you.
Yeah.
I feel like you find somebody who you rather be with them than without them.
And I think that that's real. But I think that at a certain age, though, there's less bending.
Yeah, I like
Like,
that.
how much shit are you willing to take at this point?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We all 4 of us.
I was
No
about to
counting
count for you.
You kept saying 5 and 4s.
Yeah.
All 4 of us might, you know what I'm saying, be in a dating situation and see somebody that got 5, 6
kids. Do a
kids.
podcast.
And you'll be like,
They got a podcast full of kids.
yeah, they got 5. Bitch, you got a whole podcast?
Nah,
You get a mic, bitch, I'm out.
Bruh.
But no, you know what I'm saying. None of us are going into that situation.
Nah.
We ain't.
Nah.
We all gonna look at that like, nah.
Not at
We
this
might not
stage
even
in my
date.
life.
And I was trying not to do this, but I kind of have been in a dating situation with somebody who had that amount of kids. Give it a thought. Like,
Do you want to play dad?
yeah, do I? And then it becomes like I think I said this on another podcast. I don't even feel like falling in love with some more kids like that. I don't feel like
because you
doing
gotta
all
deal
that.
with the I
You know what I'm
ain't your
saying?
daddy.
And
you gotta get cool with the
You
kids.
gotta meet the dad
But,
or
I
the
think also, and I
mama.
think another underrated part of it is what the fuck is she doing with her life? Not as far as
That's what
having
I'm
the
saying.
kids, but like what job you got? What, you know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, like, are you struggling or are you straight? Because if I come in, because you instantly expect me to fill in these gaps. Like, I might be okay, but like, okay, now if I add all this, like, now we struggling. And you looking at me like I'm not, and the thing is, you looking at me like I'm not a whole man. Like, nah, baby, like, you bringing a lot of weight. You got a lot of weight on my shoulders.
And what
Right,
if
think about
she-
y'all living together. That's not including groceries,
Exactly.
and, you know,
So,
for
yeah.
all your kids.
Activities.
So you telling me I'm gonna go from no kids to you and 4?
Or hell, even if
How
the
we
lady
gonna live?
had one,
How
it
we
could be
gonna
like,
live?
well, you
Where we
had
gonna live? How we gonna live?
Right.
Let's get serious. We gonna live in a house together with.
You, and the thing,
10 kids, 9 kids.
Say I get a job in Atlanta. Are you gonna be able to move with all these kids and they baby dad? Like it's a lot.
And the
it's
father's
a lot.
not keeping you from moving?
Yeah, it's
Right.
a lot.
You know, no,
That's
that
a
is
lot.
one.
Because you
man.
can't illegally. You can't.
Yeah, you can't
make-
just up and go. You gotta go. It's a
Yeah,
process.
and if the
Unless you got.
I
full
think
custody.
if the other person, like if they got
Deadbeats.
kids, if that other person, I've also been in that situation where I've dated somebody and the baby daddies ain't taking care of them kids at all.
So now I got
They
to
ain't
all of it?
like.
Yeah.
I don't know about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not ready. I'm not gonna just come in and sign up off top to take care of all that. I got my own shit I'm taking care of. Plus now I'm just gonna just jump. Then what if I knock you up?
Yeah, man. Because you extra fertile.
I've been drinking that
You
kombucha.
extra
You know
fertile,
what I'm
bro.
saying? I've been drinking that kombucha, man.
I don't know.
That Like kombucha and tequila now?
I think it's just a lot of things just take, there's a lot of ways to turn with that. There's a whole lot of different ways to turn with that because I can see it happening. I can see it working because it's not the woman's fault if she is taking care of those kids by herself. We can't necessarily fault her. I can't necessarily fault her for a man walking out on his kids.
Can I do that for you?
Unless she's keeping the father away. But I can't fault her for a man walking out on his kids.
Yeah.
And now she's stuck raising them. She still needs to be
Nobody
loved.
walks away from good coochie.
She's still bullshit.
Wow. No,
Look, the coochie, but the way walk away.
I can't blame you for a man walking away from his kid. I can't even blame you for two men walking away from their kids. Like, at a certain point, after you run out two motherfuckers, like, you and three should be working some shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. He said, "Fuck you and them kids."
For real, you know what I'm saying? Not even that. How many motherfuckers did that? The second dude was like, "Man, fuck all these." You know what I'm saying?
Fuck his kids.
Fuck the other. You know what I'm saying? Fuck my kids and his kids.
Look, I know this lady, right? And I know I'm being recorded and I don't care, but I know this lady, right?
Oh shit! All right,
This on my son's. She was on my son's. Her son was on my son's basketball team, and this bitch is so miserable. She kick up shit everywhere she go, but she always says, "Oh, I'm a single mother. I'm a single mother." And then one day I sat back and was like, he couldn't take it. He couldn't take it so much that he was like, "Bitch, fuck you and no kids."
I'm telling y'all, we can see that as women. Be like, I see why you single. I see why that nigga left.
Why he left? I'm not gonna say
no, not saying y'all can't.
I'm not gonna say it's okay that he left his kids, but I can see how he couldn't deal with you.
But that's what I'm saying. And those type of women become bitter, and then they just be like, I cannot.
Yeah, you see, bro.
Yeah, it's like I don't deal with it.
Yeah.
So,
but like, I can't deal with your ass. I know he can't.
I know he couldn't deal with you. I know he couldn't.
Right, they all down my timeline. I be like, oh my god.
It's a lot. Like it's a lot of chicks you could just tell. Like I talk to you be sitting there, you look at what they post and all that, and you be like, yeah.
I know why you single.
I ain't gotta ask. I know exactly what it is.
I know why you single.
Exactly.
Every time I turn around, they be this relationship, this and that. I be like, I can't.
You been wanting to do it? Let's do it.
I mean, I'm just gonna say, if I wasn't married, I would be married.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
If
I wasn't married to the man I'm married to, I would still be married. Somebody would marry me. Somebody would marry me.
I like that. That's strong. That's what's up.
Somebody would marry me.
Somebody would marry me.
Somebody would marry me again.
I think I found a title of this goddamn podcast.
There it is.
And I was saying it was never hard for me to keep a man either.
That's what I'm saying. If you wasn't married, you'd be married.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Not to the point.
It wasn't hard. I'm like, how do y'all date? They be in a relationship for a month, if that. And I'm like, what? It's you.
At some point, you have to look at you.
I saw this meme.
And your expectations. And I'm not saying settle, but sometimes you got to be a little more realistic of what you're looking for, because there is something about you that obviously, and especially once you reach like 40, there's something about you.
You gotta walk it like you're talking.
It's just not working out with a whole lot of different men. By the time you turn 40 and you still not, it's even in a rock solid relationship.
It's only one common thread. It's only one common thread.
Let's get into that for a second.
No, but real quick, I saw this meme. This guy said, Beyonce make music for women that think they were never the problem in their relationships. But I'm like, yeah, that's real.
I can see that.
Because it's a lot of women that really think like all these motherfuckers is fucked up and they don't know a good thing.
And the first thing they say is, no, I'm not going to settle. I'm not going to settle. Well, you have to settle for something.
Everybody
At
settles.
some point, you have to settle for something. Everybody settles for
settle when
something.
you're older.
There is something you're going to settle for. You're going to settle for her being older. You're going to settle for her making a little less money. You're going to settle for her not being as pretty or not having the body you want. There is going to be something you settle for. You're going to settle for her nasty attitude, but you love her because it's going to be something.
This ain't what I'm living by.
It might even be
Don't get me wrong.
Because honestly, like with my wife, when I got married, the one thing that I realized about my wife is that she didn't have ambition. She wanted to be married and be a wife. And so when we got married, she wanted to be married and be a mother. So we got married, we had a baby, and I was like, okay, like,
what's next?
what you about to do now? Like, you ain't about to sit around. Like, what you about to do?
Well, she's accomplished what she wanted to accomplish.
So, but again, and we worked together. We got it to the point where, like, she went to school because she's working dating jobs she hated. So we could put her back in school. She got a degree, and now she got a career that she liked.
You brought that out in her. You brought that out in her.
And we worked together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not. I mean, nobody I thought I was gonna marry some chick that made like $500,000 was gonna take care of me.
There is nobody coming into a relationship without a flaw.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he brought. I didn't want to cut him off. Because I didn't want to cut him off. We almost cut him off at it. My wife didn't have no ambition. And then we just moved on.
No. I wouldn't let that go. I
wanted you to finish that.
I swear to my wife enough on this podcast.
You see, we let him go with it. We're like, okay.
I'm here for that.
No, but I get it.
But you know what I'm saying?
There has to be something that you bring to that person as well. My thing is this. Like, people say, oh, somebody completes me. No, I'm a whole me by myself.
Exactly.
You don't complete me, but you can enhance me.
Accentuate.
You can enhance who I am, and that's what a relationship is about.
That's what it is.
It's about making one another better. Together, we're better. We're better than we are separate together.
But single at 40, you're not apt to settle. We know what you settle for.
What
you
is
settle
settling?
for. So, and I can say I'm not.
What is
super limited. You settle for. It's easy to settle for. Well, I guess I just keep fucking bitches. That's what you'll settle for. I guess I'll keep dating guys, or for a woman. I guess I'll keep going on dates and getting dinners. I'll settle for that then.
That's not what they want.
But what is
Nobody wants that. Yeah, you don't want that. But it's a settle. You're not settling for I'm unhappy with this person. You're not gonna do that.
But at what point
you already did it?
Do you reassess what you're looking for and what you're willing to deal with for what you want? Now, if you don't want to be in a relationship, that's fine.
No, but you're looking for perfection.
You're looking for perfection. At what point do you reassess that?
When we're talking about something, I'm assuming you just said never been married. Never been married is different.
If you're 40 and never been married, you're incapable of reassessing.
Yeah, probably.
Because
you better though.
At some point,
you better get it. You better get over it.
At some point,
you're gonna be buy some cats.
If you're 40 and you don't want to be married, that's fine. Mm-hmm. That's fine. Then keep doing what you're doing. But if you're 40 and you want to be married and you have always wanted, that was the ultimate goal for you, then you have to make some adjustments. Maybe there are some things that you're being unrealistic about. Like I said, they always looking for that slipper to be left, Prince Charming to come sweep them off your feet and all of that. There has to be some sort of compromise. I'm not going to call it.
Isn't everybody looking for a relationship though?
A compromise.
Doesn't everybody want to be with somebody?
I do know a few people who genuinely don't want to settle down. They run from relationships.
Because I never wanted to be married. I say this all the time. I kind of understood that at some point I was going to have to be married because that's just what people of a certain age do. So I mean, I don't know.
You think it's an age thing?
No, I mean, I think.
But you was in your 20s when you got married, though.
I was in my 20s.
I was 30.
Okay.
I was in my 20s.
29 to 30 or 31. I don't know. Fuck cares.
You still in your 20s.
But for me, this is the thing. I've never dated like a lot of men. I've dated men for years. A 10-year relationship.
So you were serial monogamous.
Right.
You ain't had a whole streak yet?
No. But this is the thing. Once I got to a certain point, I decided I'm not giving another man 10 years of my life. And we are not about to be, dating for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. After a year, you're going to have to decide whether this is going into marriage. Yeah, because after dating me for a year, you know whether you want me and whether I fit the bill, and I know whether you fit the bill for a husband, and you know whether I fit the bill for a husband.
It's probably true.
After a year.
Mm-hmm. A year's a long time.
A year's a long time. We didn't fell out a lot of times within a year. We didn't have disagreements. So you know how I am when I'm upset. You know how I am when I'm happy.
How people deal with it's weird too about me. I think that you do have to have some disagreements.
You have to have some disagreements because people tell you how they feel about you when they're real.
Right, how they act, how you react.
Yeah, how you react.
So
you've done that within a year. You've done that within a year. So at this point, if I was single at 40, you wouldn't get longer than a year from me, and I'm gone. I don't have that much time, especially if marriage is the goal for me. We wasting time past a year.
Because even with the whole, like you talking about the whole argue thing, like that's thing, like with me and my wife is like, she like when she argues, she goes for the jugular. And like with me, when I don't really argue. I either be real cool or I just like blow the fuck up.
She be there throwing your Hulk.
See, I'm
Hulkamania
like that.
T-shirts out.
Don't touch my T-shirt. I'll be there. But see what I'm saying? So it's like when she go ham, it just roll up. I don't even really I know like
you know her.
That's your vibe.
Yeah, when somebody
I
don't listen. Like I don't take people like. When people say stuff out of anger, it doesn't bother me. I know you. I don't think you mean it. I know
you just trying to cut.
You trying to hurt my feelings.
You trying to cut.
I argue on Facebook.
See, this is the thing. Like with me, I go for the jugular with people who are not in a relationship with me. Like if we are just cool or something, and we're arguing, I'll cut you deep. But if I'm in a relationship or my marriage or something like that. There's just certain things I'm not going to say to you. I don't because you're going to replay that back in your head. Mm-hmm. You better slap somebody before you say something that cuts deep because words cut deeper than any.
It's some shit that don't go away.
It's some shit that don't go away. So I am very cautious what I say when I'm angry with the person I'm in a relationship with or my marriage. I am very cautious. I never, ever, ever stick the knife in at a turn. Ever.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I say some mean things, but not like.
I don't want to hurt you like that. If I love you, I don't want to hurt you like that.
The other day, I was going through some old files in the office class with your computers, and on my computer, I had saved some text message when I was arguing with my ex-wife back when I was married, and I read it real quick.
You.
Yeah, I was listening to the text message because I was soft. I took the text message. I was like, "See what you said," and she didn't even read the shit. She threw that shit back out the door.
She said some shit in there that stuck with you.
You know what she was doing? I forgot about this. You know what she was doing? Because I used to be a fake rapper. And I had a mixtape. And no, I can find it. No.
I was going to say, did you say that in the email?
In the argument, she kept calling me by my rapper name in capital letters.
And that was hurting, wasn't it? Seriously. That was fucking with you.
It was fucking with me.
See? It was fucking with you. She kept calling him by his rapper name. But she was putting it in capital letters.
You're not going to get it.
I'm going to get it. I'm gonna find this shit, bro. I'm telling you. If it exists somewhere, I'm gonna find it.
It would have been easier if she would have just not talked to you for a whole day. See, I'm that chick. I'm that chick that.
I hate that.
Give me a minute. No, I'm her. Give me a minute. We probably don't need to talk for a couple hours.
I can go a few days without talking.
I hate that because I always lose at that shit.
No, because
I'm so bad at that.
My thing is you gotta let me calm down.
I'm too.
You gotta let me calm down.
So do you go to sleep, wake up mad?
I do
too. That's bad.
I do.
I need to stop that.
You know
that's why I say
I can't help
it. Idea of marriage is false. Mm-hmm. Oh, don't ever go to sleep mad. I go to bed pissed off.
Me too. I wake
and
up
I'm gonna wake up and I'm still mad, and he ain't on it anymore.
He be like, "Good morning."
He like, "What's wrong with you?"
Right? You still mad about that yesterday? Yeah. That was yesterday's stuff. I don't care.
But yeah.
That's his word. That's
all.
You know what thing I do? What I do that's super annoying is like if we argue, once we make up, I gotta like be up under you. We gotta make up. Okay, cool. We good, baby. We alright.
Makeup sex.
It must be not even makeup sex.
I never had makeup sex.
Well, that's cool if y'all make up, but if I'm mad, don't touch me.
Well, no, but you know how you come to like, alright, cool. Okay, this what happened. Okay, you're not necessarily happy, but you're not angry anymore. You still in that whole like, just get up on. I'm like, nah, but baby, come on, listen, no, it's okay. We good.
See, with me, it's easy. It's with me.
I gotta be like.
You would have to be that way. When you have to break me, you gotta make me laugh or something.
Yeah,
you gotta do something ignorant or something silly and just make me laugh. Like my husband know I hate for people to put their hand in my face. So if he sees I'm getting annoyed, he'll be like, "I ain't touching you. Don't touch me. I ain't touching you. Don't touch me." And he know I hate it. He be right here in my face. He be like, I ain't touching you. Don't touch me. And it always makes me laugh because I want to slap his hand down. You know, but I don't hit him or anything, and we're not physically into it like that. He's just trying to break my attitude.
Magazine that you're in the face with?
No, we don't push, shove, nothing. So he does that to break my attitude. He be like, what? And then he like, don't do it. I'm not touching you. Don't touch me, because he don't want me to slap his hand down. Mm-hmm. So you have to do something silly to me. Throw some piece of popcorn at my shirt or something. Yeah. You know, I never been tricked.
But these days, like you said, I already know what you want. You doing all this extra just to try to.
And I might play your game. Yeah. I mean, of course, I
might do it, and I might not. You know what I'm saying?
But it's all on me. It's all on me. It's never a trick to it. It's like even if they come at you with a certain angle, or they think they being slick, or they sneaking their way in with a different motive.
Well,
dude, I was with it.
There's if you picture a Matador, the bull thing, sometimes he don't necessarily come to you. You're still picturing this guy coming to you with bullshit. Some guy may take the fucking red thing and just be doing this and waiting for you to run into that shit. You
if I ran into it, I was with it.
No, he dangled it. You couldn't help it.
Bullshit.
He dangled special.
Ain't no such thing as dangling. No.
And now you can't run towards it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't come towards you. He didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely time for me to get off this podcast.
Like I said, she ain't going. We're gonna disagree.
I saw the red. I liked the red, and I went toward it. Period.
That's all right.
This has been the UTBL podcast. To all our fans, we really love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Check us out, man. If you want to see the video, make sure you check us out on YouTube. Find us on Facebook, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, and also a few other audio platforms. Please, man, listen, subscribe, rate, comment, like, and share. Please share. We love y'all. Anybody else got something to say?
No.
We out this piece.
Somebody gonna marry me.
This podcast gonna be swell.
Yeah.